Welcome to Access Sportsnet. Lakers, driven by your Southern California Honda dealers. Chris McGee, James Worthy, Robert Ory. We got Allie Clifton that's going to join us in a little bit. We got Brez and Trudell working the post-game locker room. Big news tonight was that AD returned. He played 17 minutes. Lakers also got a couple of great performances from Dennis Schroeder and KCP, but they do lose to Dallas on the first of two games. Rob, you and I were talking. We were watching the game. Game of runs. For you, what was the difference?
You know, for me, to be honest, I think it was the foul situations. I think every time the Lakers would make a run, it seemed like Luka would come down and go to the free throw line, and that's going to be expected. When you see the refs are calling the game very tight for one person, you have to try to back off. But, you know, I was very proud of the way the Lakers played because in the first half, they really tried to get AD involved in the game, get his rhythm back. And in the second half, they showed a lot of talent, perseverance, and did what they were supposed to do. But it was just too many runs and just too many free throws by Dallas.
Yeah, you mentioned the free throws. They were plus 12 in makes, the Dallas Mavericks. Big game, James. What about for you watching that game? I mean, for me, that third quarter was great. The Lakers come out in a 13-0 run, get back in the game. Very impressive, but in the end, too much Luka in the Mavs.
Yeah, Rob is right. I mean, trying to get AD acclimated, I think maybe, you know, they weren't in sync like they have been. The last couple of weeks, this team has a rhythm that they've been in, and we saw that in the second half. The problem with Luka is he's a specialist. So when he has the ball in his hand, he's going to create something. I didn't really think the Lakers handled those over-the-top lobs and in the paint. I just thought Luka had his way. When he got there, he either scored, layup, or either he was throwing over the top to Powell for some lobs. So the defense tonight, Rob alluded to it, too many fouls, too many points in the paint, just not in sync. But I do like the resilience that they showed in the second half. They got back to playing the type of ball they've been playing together without AD on the defensive end.
I do want to talk about Anthony Davis before we get into anything else. People will look at the box score. They'll see the 2 for 10, the 4 points. They'll say, oh, he must have been pretty rusty. Big game, James, he played 17 minutes all in the first half. Give me the positives.
Almost looked like he had lost a step. With the exception of you expect the shots to be a little short. He didn't hit the shots, but other than that, I saw the AD, a couple of strong moves in the post, and also, making the right pass out of the post. The block on Porzingis really showed me that he can move laterally. So I give him an A+ for the minutes that he had tonight.
For me, it was one stretch where he sprinted down the court to get back defensively, and that was another sign for me, like, oh, he's back. And the fact that he played over 15 minutes, let me know he's back too. But I think if you watch him overall, he played extremely well. He didn't look like he was bothered or hampered by that leg. He continued to shoot free throws. He contested a lot of shots. I mean, I shouldn't say continue to shoot free throws. I meant that lets you know that his rhythm is off. He missed his 2 free throws. He went 0 for 2 for that. But other than that, everything was positive and is an upside.
And, we had been mentioning this for the last week and a half when we knew he was going to return, that you're going to have some patience. The man was out for 67 days. He missed 30 games in a row. He wasn't going to come in here and drop 30, and all of a sudden the Lakers are rolling everybody. But you saw enough positives tonight. Explain, Big Game James, how tough it is when you miss that much time to get back into game shape. You can be working out, you can be getting right, you could be getting healthy, but there's just no substitute for the games.
It'll be interesting to see what happens in the next game, because that's when you really get to see the full effect, the stamina. He's got 1 game on his belt. He's going to receive some treatment, whether he gets a little sore or not, all of that. But I think when I saw him in the game tonight, he wanted to play some more. You could tell he's a little frustrated. He went over there and talked to LeBron. He's like, I got a little bit more left in my tank. So I expect in the next game that he may be a little sharper, maybe a little bit more impactful, a little bit more dominant than we used to see, hopefully. But I just saw a lot of good things. It's hard to come back after 2 months. We're talking about Drummond being off a month and being a little rusty. 2 months, I expect him to be lethargic, a little tired, winded. I didn't see any of that.
Yeah, if you watched him play, you would think, like, why is he not playing in the second half? If someone who didn't know he's been injured. But I'm really interested to see if it's going to be any soreness, how much treatment he's going to need. He's going to wake up like, man, I don't need any treatment, I'm fine. But that's going to be the key because, that one game, the adrenaline steps in because the adrenaline can hide some soreness. The adrenaline can hide different things. So I want to see what he feels like tomorrow.
I think you guys are pleased with Andre Drummond's activity, and then you look at his line, 14 points, 19 rebounds, missed a couple around the basket, but he was going hard, playing defense, doing all that stuff that we expect from him. But really the question is, and it's such a small sample size, what did you see with him alongside AD? What did that look like?
It looked good. Because think about it. First thing I said was he's going to be able to get some offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
First play of the game, he crashes his board, gets the offensive rebound. He looked at it because he already knew that AD was in his sweet spot and he's going to take that shot. And he set himself up perfectly. He gets the rebound and he gets the assist. And that's what Andre Drummond does. He had 6 offensive boards tonight. He had 19 rebounds total. And we know this guy can get 20 and 20 on any given night.
Yeah, and I think the coaches, and along with AD and Drummond, they're going to be anxious to look at the minutes that they play together, and they'll be able to see what benefits those two guys playing together. But I did like what I saw. A lot of attention at AD. He's drawing 2, maybe 3 players looking at him. That frees up everybody, including Drummond on the weak side, to do exactly what Rob said, and that's clean up the glass.
All right, guys, that was a big win for Dallas. They're now 2 games behind the Lakers in the loss column. Remember, they're in that 7 spot, and Portland is sandwiched between them in that 6 spot. They've had a couple of close losses recently as well. Lakers kind of going into this series knew they had to get a split, so game 1 goes to Dallas. It was a desperate game for them. Luka with 30, all 5 Dallas starters in double figures. A lot of balance from them tonight. Rob, Luka, 9 of 11 from the free throw line as well.
We talked about it a little bit earlier. The free throw by Luka, he's one of the craftiest guys at getting to the free throw line. His step back and his pump fake, and then his ability to jump in guys and draw the foul is amazing. And you have to know that. And it's so hard to not contest the shot because he shoots a lot of threes, and you want to try to contest. And for me, I'm like, don't even contest any of his threes. Just get up in his grill and stand there, because that's the only way that you cannot have him go to the free throw lines, because the refs give him those calls all the time. So the defense was good, but the free throws that they had, I think they had, 36 tonight?
Yeah.
That's just way too many, and I guarantee you they'll be better in the next game.
Yeah.
And a ton of turnovers. Too many turnovers tonight as well. So.
Yeah. All right, guys, let's go back to Dallas. AD is speaking with the media after his first game since February 14th.
Hey, AD. Just wondering, one, how you felt out there. Did you feel like there was a rust? And 2, how'd you convince Frank to play you more than 15 minutes tonight?
Well, I think it was 15 to 20 was the number. It's just tough to, when you haven't played in 2 months, you're going to get close to that 20. You're not going to get close to that 20 mark, especially when just the first half. So, but I felt fine. My win felt better than I expected. I got good looks. I missed. Obviously that comes with time, just being able to get those game reps. But I felt good out there. I felt really good. Was able to do some things to give the team a little juice. Came out with a great start, but it's just tough when you able to play and then you got to watch the whole second half and not be able to contribute on the floor. So that was the only tough thing, but I think I felt fine for the most part.
Dave?
AD, you kind of shook your head when you finally got that step back jumper to fall with 5 or so minutes to go in the first quarter. What was it like, the looks you're getting, the spots you're getting to? Did you feel like a little bit off, or what would you actually think of your production and execution?
Like I said, all the shots felt good. I didn't get to, I like the left block a lot more than the right, as you guys may know. So, my first 3 post-ups was on the right block, and I just felt like I wanted to get to that left block a little bit more. But I was able to, get that first shot and kind of just felt good to see the ball go through the rim. Felt really good. They're able to get a little floater baseline. Some I missed. I missed another one right after that. I missed a couple layups. So it was just fun to be out there again. Long time coming. So I was excited just to be out there.
Mike?
Hey, Anthony, did you get any initial indications of just playing with Drummond and the quickness you guys can have switching out onto the perimeter on defense, and then